Once we're done listening to that great little opening musical theme there, you'll see that we're playing Gyromite, or Robot Gyro as it's called in Japan. Actually, the title screen here says Robot Gyro. That's because the US cartridges were basically exactly the same as the Japanese cartridges. Gyromite is the second and last game to use Rob, the robotic operating buddy, for the Famicom. In this game, Rob is set up to pick up and drop two spinning gyroscope-like discs that rest on a blue and red pedal. What this will do is open and shut the blue and red columns that you see in the game. In this game, you're chased around by little lizard creatures. However, you can cause them to temporarily stop by dropping a turnip in front of them. They will then eat the turnip and you can make a getaway. The actual object of the game is to collect all the pieces of dynamite hidden throughout an individual level. You are once again playing Professor Hector. Each level is usually a few screens in size. And you use these little green ropes to go up and down. And that's pretty much all there is to this game. The main appeal to this game, or rather the main challenge, is using the ROB to actually open and close the red and blue pillars. Once you've completed a level, you'll go on to the next level, which is slightly more difficult. This game is actually similar to a lot of games on the Famicom, such as Wrecking Crew, for example. One of the cool things in this game is you can actually squish little lizards by closing a pillar down upon him. Now this game isn't really that great, but before we judge it, or ROB too severely, remember that ROB was not really intended as something that Nintendo was going to support. As far as I know, it was mostly intended to be sort of a marketing gimmick for the NES in the United States. I really don't think that Nintendo had great plans for ROB and then just sort of forgot about them. Rather, I think they needed a little something extra that they could use to help sell the NES to American consumers. And of course also to electronics retailers as well. They really wanted to make the NES look less like a video game system and more like some kind of new and unusual toy. The fact that the NES contained a robot and a zapper gun inside really made it stand out from other systems like the Atari 2600, for example. Once consumers were hooked on the NES, there was really no need for such gimmicks such as Rob any longer.